Holy smokes, I had not been updating this. Norman Osborn, my best friend's dad, founder of the world's biggest tech company and now the mayor of New York. Hard not to admire the guy. Or it would be hard if he wasn't arrogant, condescending, and generally dishonest. Still, I can't bring myself to ever hate Harry's dad. Nobody who raised Harry could ever be that bad. Vast wealth and unmatchable political gamemanship. Herman Schultz, aka Shocker, one of my first super adversaries. Also the cause of my first celebratory headline story in the Daily Bugle. I was used to guys with guns or knives or even water balloons filled with hot sauce. Shocker could actually hold his own. If I'd known ahead of time, I probably could have found a less destructive way to take him down, but nobody got hurt. And they were planning on remodeling the Flatiron building anyway. Ever since I've been more careful to back off if I thought fighting would put civilians at risk. I can always catch them later when I get the upper hand. Gifted autodidact. Uses vibroshock units of his own design to create high-pressure air blasts. Strange to work with a police officer and have him treat me like an equal, not a nuisance to be brushed off. Officer Davies is the sort of man I hope I would have become if I hadn't gotten my powers. Honest, dedicated, moral. His family's lucky to have him. Skilled fighter with extensive firearm training. Veteran of the police force. His knowledge of organized crimes, Wilson Fisk in particular, is extensive. Miles Morales, 15 years old, born in Brooklyn. I can't stop replaying the events in my head. If I had just reacted a second earlier. If there was some clue I missed at the construction site. If. Jeff would still be alive, and Miles would still have a father. I owe it to Jeff to find some way to help Miles. I don't know how to do it yet, but I have to honor his father's memory. Intuitive grasp of science and technology. Rio Morales. Well, she's a teacher. Rio was so polite to me at the funeral. She's the one hurting, and still she takes the time and tries to make me feel better. She deserves to be angry at me. I should have saved her husband, and I failed. It'd be so much easier if she knew the truth and hated me for it. Love of science that she's passed on to her son. Silver Sablinova, born in Simcaria. Silver Sablinova, aka Silver Sable, is not what pops into your head when you think of a princess. But that's what she is. Her father, Ernst, is king of the Eastern European nation of Simcaria. They're hardly your typical pampered royal family, though. Silver's grandfather fought the Nazi occupation personally, leading a resistance that was never defeated. After the war, the country's primary resource was trained, hardened soldiers, so he founded Sable International, a paramilitary force available to the highest bidder. Silver's brought them into the 21st century, in both tech and tactics. Nowadays, Sable International's agents come from all over the world, but Silver Sable is their unquestionable leader and finest soldier. Trained from early childhood by the greatest warriors in the world, she just might be the best pure fighter I've ever seen. I can understand why Mayor Osborn hired Sable Security to fortify a police department left short-handed to the arrest of all cops on Wilson Fisk's payroll. But the police are there to protect and serve the public. Sable Security is there to serve Osborn. And from what I've seen of Silver, she's not one to exercise restraint. This is Manhattan, not a war zone. I don't think she's a bad person, just hardened by life and her job. But even though I'm not crazy about her methods, I can't deny she's put her life on the line to take down some really bad guys since she's been here. As long as she's running Sable Security, we should be okay. I hope. Extraordinary hand-to-hand combatant and martial artist. Expert marksman. Accomplished gymnast. Fluent in multiple languages. Lonnie Lincoln. Tombstone. Born in Harlem. Alias, the Pale One. Oh man, Tombstone. This guy. This freaking guy. I fought a lot of guys in my day. Guys with mechanized war rigs, guys with semi-mystical reality-bending powers, guys with goofy names and goofier costumes. Lots of crazy guys. I have never fought a guy like Lonnie Lincoln, aka Tombstone. Most bad guys, you beat them, throw them in the raft, they get pissed. Talk about how they're gonna take you down next time. Talk about how they're gonna rip you limb from limb. Lonnie? Man, all he does is smile. Every loss is just another great challenge on the horizon, he once told me. Right after I handed him over to the police. There's nothing Lonnie loves more than the promise of a great fight. And when the guy doing the fighting is built like a brick house, with impenetrable skin and razor-sharp teeth, well, let's just say I wish that he'd discovered the joy of painting or something. There's only so much great challenge a spider can take. Superhuman strength and enhanced durability. His skin is nearly impenetrable. Skilled at hand-to-hand combat and proficient with firearms. Decent cook. Mr. Negative. Born in Dali. Martin Lee has an alter ego. Jonah's been calling him Mr. Negative on his show. Jonah always did have an ear for branding. Mr. Negative is like the inverse of Martin Lee, but with some kind of crazy energy powers. I'd love to know how the energy works, but I'm not ready to do it. But I'm not ready to die to find out. Real question is, what's happening to Martin Lee? Did he plan the whole attack on City Hall? Or is Mr. Negative some kind of weird alternate personality? What's driving his rage? Can generate and control a highly destructive negative energy able to corrupt people, effectively mind controlling them, with just a touch increased strength and speed, able to give small portions of his powers to his followers. Let's go do some science. Let's go do some science. It's time to go do some science with Otto Octavius. Ow. Got my lab coat. I'm all set.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Morning, Parker. Or is it evening? That doesn't matter. Okay, the amperage is set to...
Anything new?
If we compensate for that with the over-conduction. Perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Now, the damper has to be actually...
Let's see what we got.
There, yes, that's much better.
Let's take a look. That did it. Time for some science.
Oh. Oh. What's this? Nope. There we go. There.
That looks right.
Complete.
The device will need two parts to function. The first will be an entirely original prosthesis, a modular system of microcables able to take on any number of forms, whatever the user can imagine. The second part, and this, Peter, is the true genius, is a direct neural interface, a direct tap straight into the basal ganglia. Unleash the brain, from your mind to reality. This goes beyond limb replacement, Peter. This will free all of us from the shackles of our bodies. Like your webbed friend, soon we'll all be capable of living our most amazing fantasies.
Amazing fantasy. Number 15.
Lots of late nights in this lab. Glad Doc keeps the snacks stocked up. We should get more of those little cheese squares, though. Doc loves these things. He used them in grad school when he had to manipulate radioactive isotopes. Says seeing them keeps him humble. What is this, Doc? Never seen this type of material.
Would you believe it's for welding? Provides remarkable magnetic insulation and limits cross-contamination between the neural interface and arms.
That's for welding?
Peter is starting to suspect. He hides it, but I can tell. He's seen my twitch, noticed the decay of my fine motor control. Well, I'm the one who wanted a genius for an assistant. Of course he knows. I just need more time. My work can improve millions of lives. Save millions of lives. It can also save my own. I just need more time.
Check the neurosensors, would you? We need a faster response time.
On it.
Try to get it under 3 milliseconds.
Okay, looks like I could optimize this power relay.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, what next? Looks like some impedance in this neurosensor circuit.
Oh. There we go.
Finished. Signal to noise is out of whack. A new signal processor should reduce lag.
Oh, what am I doing? Okay. We need to get 5. There we go.
I got it, Doc. 2.8 milliseconds.
Good work, Peter.
Yes.
I'd call that a mild success.
I call that unbelievable. Do you need some help?
Yes.
Doctor, what's going on?
It's become that obvious. My doctors call it a degenerative neurological disorder.
Probably caused by overexposure to toxic chemicals in my reckless youth.
Sorry, is there anything I can do?
You already are. The worst part is, it only affects the muscles. The mind continues to work, but it can no longer do. You're the only one who knows, Peter. I'd like to keep it that way.
Of course.
If you'd like to seek a position with more of a future.
I came here to work for you because of what you've got up here. And that's not going anywhere. So neither am I.
Oh, Peter, before I forget, I read the most fascinating article. Outlines possible next steps for the neural interface.
I'll take a look. Thanks, Doc.
Man, I just love their relationship in this game. It's one reason why I like the Superior Spider-Man comic era and why I liked Alfred Molina's portrayal of Ock in the movies. Is you get to see, like, this shows what could have happened if Otto had applied his knowledge for good. How he and Peter's relationship could have prospered. It's just that he's tragically fell on hard times because of circumstance. That's why I loved Alfred Molina's portrayal in the movies, because you could see the good man in him. It just, the arms took over. Heck, in No Way Home, as soon as Tom Holland fixes his chip, he immediately wants to help him. And then when he reunites with Toby at the end, it was like two old friends finally reuniting. Man, I love this game.
Direct interface with the basal ganglia. Exciting, but risky. I don't know, Doc. You'll need a gallium silk array to make it work. Even then, odds of injury are pretty high.
Gallium! Genius! Never mind the risks. We'll work them out in time.
You know, something I wish that comics would have. Can I leave? Something I wish comics would have explored more of, which, like, you know, when he became the Superior Spider-Man, he essentially... Oh, I'm still in here. He basically tried to become a better superhero than Peter was. It's just that he let basically the superhero side of his life kind of dominate, and in the end ended up suffering for it in the long run. But man, when these two work together, it's just... Man, I wish the comics would explore that more.
Doc's really sick. At this rate, he'll lose control of his motor functions within a year. And if we're not careful, an intracranial implant could make things even worse. Even alter his personality. We need to proceed carefully. Doc, I'm sorry. My aunt just texted.
No worries, Peter. I was thinking of taking a break myself. As soon as I check our telemetry data.
Thanks. I'll be back in a few hours.
Thank you again, Peter. Don't know what I'd do without you.
I only wish you'd told me sooner, Doc.
I didn't want to burden you. And if I'm honest, telling you made my condition that much more real. I was afraid. My condition is worsening, but I choose to view it as a challenge. Extra incentive to push forward.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. You know, life gives you burdens, so you have to choose whether to rise up and overcome them or let them define you. See, that's one of the reasons why I wish Doc Ock would have gone more of like maybe a anti-hero or full-on hero route. I mean, look at what happened with Venom. I mean, there is potential there.
Hi, May.
Let me guess, running late?
Nope, I'm actually on my way now. Have you heard from Miles?
No, but his mother said he was coming, so...
Good. I'll be there soon. Bye.
Can I go back in and do some science? Anything new?
Lots of late nights in this lab. Glad Doc keeps the snacks stocked up. We should get more of those little cheese squares, though.
Kind of freaky.
Doc loves these things. Used them in grad school when he had to manipulate radioactive isotopes. Says seeing them keeps him humble.
Anything new to look at? Any new recordings to listen to? Any new science? Yes! Okay. Need to get target of 6. Three, 6, 8. We need. There we go.
That did it.
Precision targeting. Oh boy. We need 9. There we go.
Finished.
Bit of a fixer-upper. Complete all optional projects in the lab. Woo! Complete all side missions. These are probably story locked. Purchase suits. Complete all districts. Unlock all skills. Collect all trophies. Speaking of which, still need base. Level 45. I need crime tokens. Level 50. Reveals nearby secret photo locations on the minimap. Oh. I'm definitely getting that one. Crime tokens. Mal starts a feast today. Should check in and make sure it goes well. Off we go.
You night
What's up,
owls
JJ?
may have seen lights flickering out at the Raft Supermax prison last night. Sadly, it was not because one of their inmates got the chip. No. Apparently, someone there hit on an idea I actually think has merit, which is making that recidivist criminal Electro pay for his room and board by powering the prison himself, saving taxpayers' money. Not surprisingly, though, it turns out he hates actual work as much as he loves robbing and murdering. So they had
Lee's using these guys as sleeper agents.
Where?
Tear off your skin. Show the truth underneath.
I'll call this guy an ambulance. Hope they can help him.
Sorry, JJ.
Isn't the city great?